It's the Brian and Kindra Show with Brian Cook and Kindra Cox of Keller Williams Realty Elite.
I am Kindra Cox.
I'm Brian Cook.
Between the two of us, we have over 30 years of experience.
Sharing real estate tips and advice. Right here on Classic Hits 1073.
Hey, I made it barely. Thank goodness somebody reminded me.
Man, okay, so I've been harassing you all week that from now on it's going to be the Todd and Kindra Show.
Yes.
And then about 10 minutes ago, I don't know, I guess 20 minutes ago, you're like, yeah, so I might make it tonight. What?
Just seeing if I'm needed.
Yeah, okay. I mean, a little bit. Because Todd and I don't know how to do the market statistics.
Oh, I just make them up anyway.
Okay, so I thought about that all week long. I'm not really sure where we derailed on your market stats, because I make fun of you. I mean, like, I don't even know what to do but make fun of you with your market statistics. But every week, though, like, we talk about him, and I'm like, all like, wow, really?
Yeah.
Like, so obviously I take some stock in them. Do you know what you're doing with these?
Yeah.
Are these legitimate?
Yeah.
What happened? Yeah, I don't mean your paper. I printed that for you. Thank you very much.
I know.
I meant you thank me very much.
Yes.
But I mean, quit ruffling the paper. Where did we derail?
What do you mean derail?
How did we go from these are the market stats to they're worthless?
No. That's they're not worthless. We just, 1 week we just got off. We got derailed last week.
I know.
On everything.
So it like made me question my entire radio experience. Like, do you have any idea what you're doing?
No, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Do we know what we're doing?
You just say yes because it's numbers.
Well, I don't do the research.
No, see, I do it. I'm a number guy, so I can this right here. This is easy. And in fact, I need to make a graph of all these numbers so we can see exactly.
Oh, my Atlanta! You know who can help you make that graph?
Yeah, Laura.
Tyson Miller at Arnie and Associates.
Oh, we could definitely.
Like his graphs that he makes for church, for all the stuff at church. They're pretty. I mean, I have no idea what they mean, but they're fantastic.
Way detailed and awesome.
Okay, so last week we had fun. I had a really good time, but my mom was like, hey, did you make your boss mad?
That's why they put me over here like this, see, in the corner. And see, this is the Kindra Show right now.
That's not funny. Legit, my mom texted me afterwards and was like, hey, so go ahead and tell everyone I'm not in trouble.
She's not in trouble this week.
Okay, that didn't help a whole lot.
Okay. Thanks for getting my back.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. It's always been like that for me. I think she thinks that my mouth gets me in trouble, and I don't understand.
Yes, it does.
Oh.
The look on your face was like, what?
Is that why you made me stay in the vehicle today at showings?
Yes. You watch the babies, I'll go show houses.
Okay, we had showings, and the couple had twins. Oh,
man.
My Atlanta, and they were little and tiny and cute. It reminded me of mine. So, because my son was so little tiny and he did not grow, so literally at the age that those little girls are now, when my daughter hit that age, she and my son were the same age. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. For like years. They're a year apart, year and a half, not quite a year and a half, they're 15 months apart. They were the same size until actually Anya was a little bit bigger a lot of the time. Mm. So it was fun to watch them. It was totally reminiscent for me. I mean, I wouldn't go back for anything. But it was a blast.
I think I found a house today.
You do? Oh, I can't wait.
So
After the radio, we'll talk about it. Okay, so houses. You have been crazy busy this week, but not always with business.
Nope.
You've been doing what?
I'm remodeling a house. Mm-hmm. Doing some, repairing on some things, adding smoke detectors and paint.
Just a couple of extra holes in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Just for kicks.
Yeah.
Okay, so today though you just started to move.
We decided, we was watching the weather and it's like, if we don't move today, it's going to be like weeks. And really, our goal was so we're going to get into talking about moving today.
Yeah, but so don't talk about it yet. Just talk about you right now.
So my goal was, I'm going to buy this new house, which was really not even on the goal list at all, was to ever buy a new house again. But
no, I think you've purposefully been taking Carrie into houses that you didn't think she would like, so you didn't have to move.
Maybe that's probably... I need to call my counselor.
I kind of wonder, a couple of times, because she's been kind of looking. Yeah. But you've been kind of like, I'm just building a porch, right? Yeah, a little cranky.
Maybe. And so I took her out and showed her one, and she's like, yeah, I like it, let's do it. And I'm like, oh, what? And so my goal was, though, I was going to buy this house, fix it, move in, go back, fix the other house, and then put it on the market.
Right. But you did what you do best, and you sold the other property before we got it listed.
Yes. I went to get some coffee, and the guy's like, hey, I'm ready to buy a house. I'm like,
got one for you.
I'm going to sell mine. Well, I'll take it. That's kind of how that happened.
Fantastic. Okay, but here's my favorite line of the whole week. I hate moving. I'm never buying another property. Which kind of makes me laugh, because you buy property all the time.
Right.
And we sell property all the time.
Yes.
And we love buyers and sellers. And we know it's stressful, but you forgot how stressful, didn't you?
It's very stressful.
Very stressful. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. I don't know if we can help alleviate all the stress, but maybe we have some ideas to help alleviate a little bit of stress. So real quick, let's hear your stats.
Okay. So today, where's my music? See, we forgot the music.
We haven't had music in months.
Okay, maybe that's just in my head. Okay.
Yeah, it's always in your head.
Okay, so we are down. Again. Inventory is down 59 listings. So part of our problem in the Woodward market today is I've showed 3 people houses. I've showed them everything in their price range, and I cannot find them something they're happy with. If there were more houses, we would probably find them a house. They would buy a house and then sell their house, which would add more inventory. But we're stuck in the, I hate everything. There's nothing in the market that fits what I'm looking for. So we're stuck there. So we need more houses. There was only 1 new listing this week in the last 7 days. We still have 27 pending in the 73801 area. There's 33 total in Northwest Oklahoma. We had 3 closings this week, and 2 of those were in Woodward. So it's weird. So our month of housing supply in Woodward is still 4.92 in the 4 range. So it is creeping up on us slowly. But again, I think that would move if we had inventory. We're missing inventory.
I think you're right.
I know we're missing inventory. Like, people are like, well, nobody's moving to Woodward. Well, we're out of houses. Like, we're out of houses, so somebody's moving to Woodward. So we need houses. So people out there, we're going to try to figure out how to teach you to love to move in this show today and get people moving.
Because here's the deal. Like, next week, whenever you're in your house and you're comfortable, you're going to be glad you did it.
We're going to love it.
I mean, you've been so excited about this property.
Yep.
So excited.
Right.
And I've overheard your wife talking to you, and I think our pastor is in the office.
Yep.
And you guys were all talking, and you're all excited.
Yep.
And Hallie got a fantastic closet. So
oh, geez.
She may not say she's excited, but I think she's excited.
Oh, gosh.
So, I mean, that's going to be really fantastic. But this middle part is kind of a booger.
Torturous.
So, we're going to talk about it. Okay, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Comfort Zone is a multi-generational company serving Northwest Oklahoma in commercial and residential needs. Plumbing, air conditioning, heaters, refrigeration, sewer and drain cleaning, backhoe trencing, and crane service. And they are your geothermal specialists. Contact them at 580-254-5864 or stop by 116 East Main Street.
It's the 5 hours you spend in the kitchen mastering your famous recipe or spending quality time with your family. Other insurance companies may just see it as a house. It's not just a house, it's your home. Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Kevin Kanzler, and I see your home as the time and memories you put into them. I understand what your things really mean to you, and I'm here to help give them the protection they deserve. My office is located on the corner of 13th and Oklahoma and Woodward. To call me at 580-256-2216 for your home insurance today.
On Point Land Survey can take care of all your residential, commercial, and industrial survey needs. This family-owned and operated business proudly serves Northwest Oklahoma and Southwest Kansas. These lifelong Northwest Oklahoma residents with over 19 years of experience are ready to serve you with the latest equipment and capable trucks to get your job done. Call On Point Land Survey today at 580-256-6757 or at 1918 Main Street in Woodward, Oklahoma, or visit their website at onpointlandsurveyok.com. Professional, trusted, local.
This is Todd McHugh
and Jackie Jones
with Woodward County Abstract, Dewey County Abstract, and Fairview Abstract. I would like to thank everyone in Woodward and Northwest Oklahoma for choosing us for their real estate title and closing needs this past year. We will be offering new services in 2020, including bilingual closings, internet closings, and digital abstracting.
We look forward to making real estate closings faster, simpler, and more efficient for you in the future.
We want to thank you for your continued support and business.
Okay, we're back. Like, I totally jumped in because I wanted to make fun of something real quick. I mean, not make fun of. I meant, yeah. Okay, so another moving person right now. So Mike Gossett on Point Land Survey bought himself a new fancy house.
Mm-hmm.
Super excited. He said he had some little eye tears.
Oh, really?
Debt.
Yeah. Yeah.
He also probably didn't really say eye tears, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I ran into him at his old house.
Yes. Okay, so this is so fun.
Yeah. And so he was like, "You're not going to help me?" He was hooking up to a trailer or something, and I was talking on the phone, not paying attention. And so he's like, "You just stood there and watched me hook onto that trailer." I'm a real estate guy.
You're not a moving guy?
Not a moving guy.
Okay,
Well, I
so
am
but
today.
his comment to you was, I'm not moving this stuff. Everything's just going to the dumpster.
Yes.
If it goes in my Suburban, it goes across town to the new house.
That's right. As long as whatever fits in the dumpster can come with me.
Okay, well that doesn't
in the
work for
truck.
most of us.
No.
Doesn't work for most of us. Okay, so also this week, speaking of our sponsors, Comfort Zone totally killed it for you.
So we had some people move from South Carolina, Georgia. I don't know. They moved from the East Coast. I bet they regret that right now. And so Friday.
It's hard to do a Discover Woodward interview this week, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So Friday they had that. They moved in last week, and something quirky was going on with the heater. And so it was after hours. I called Comfort Zone. And he jumped right. They went straight out there, checked the heater, got it going. Ended up finding out that took a little research, and that's kind of the issue is after they did some research on this specific unit, they had some, like, not exactly recalls, but they had some faulty control boards. Long story short, like, they battled that darn thing even till late at night and made sure they were up and going, and then it did something weird, tripped the thing again. I called him back. It was like 8:30. He drove right back over there, and he said, "I'll just stay here till I make sure it's working right." So, man, they got me done. It was great. Took care
That's
of me.
awesome. So we appreciate local companies like that. And
Yep.
we've got some great sponsors, and we have some great local companies.
Yes.
So, okay, so
Speaking
packing.
of, I should have said Modern Appliance come move my appliances.
Oh,
Because
is
moving my
that a
refrigerator
thing?
and washer and dryer was, I can't say that online. It was horrible.
If you can't say it online, you're probably not supposed to say it at all.
I'm probably not. I thought it, but in my brain I was like, how did they get this refrigerator in that hole?
Because they skilled, man. They got
guess.
skills. They professionals.
We got it. We took it all apart.
Okay, so in the whole moving scheme, I think that the most important and helpful tip, and always we say this, I think every show, but when you list your house, you need to be pre-packing.
Start packing.
Like, it helps so much to just get your things boxed up, get them put into storage or something, and keep them out of your way. It helps for showings to be more pleasant.
Yeah. We packed up, like, I don't know, 40 boxes.
You've been packing for a while.
Like every night I'm like, everybody grab a box, pack a box, let's pack a box.
Can I
It's
just
one
tell you,
box.
if you move every few years, you don't have as many boxes to pack?
I
Like, legit. Like, that's not even a sales
Yes.
pitch. Like, hey, y'all, why didn't everybody move every 4 years?
Yes.
It's kind of tough on the market. I mean, not tough on the market, but tough on a homeowner to do that with sales-wise.
Right.
But for reals,
Man.
I don't keep a lot of extra stuff.
I think our trash guys are
I
going to
don't
hate
know
us
why I
tomorrow.
move so much.
They're going to hate us. There's going to be a mountain in my front yard.
Do you hear that, guys? Free
Yes.
stuff at Brian
Free
Cook's
stuff.
residence.
Go get it. I'm going to have to be out there
Okay,
with hot
so
chocolate or something.
pre-packing is like the most thing. Like, that's the biggest thing
It is.
pre-packing. So I'm going to skip ahead on my little list here. Whenever we moved our office last year, almost right out a year ago, wasn't it? Like, right out a year ago, a little bit. Tomorrow is my work anniversary.
Is it really?
Yes! How long have I worked for you?
3 years.
3 long years. I can see it all over his face. Is it 3 or 4? Is it 3?
18. You started in 18.
19, 22. Okay. Anyway, got a little bit off focus. Usually Brian's one that gets off focus. Whenever we moved from the Coldwell Banker building over there to our new building where we have Keller Williams on Oklahoma 1003, Oklahoma, you or your brother, I don't know, somebody went and purchased a bajillion Rubbermaid type totes.
Yes.
And that's how, I mean, almost all of our stuff, I had been keeping some cardboard boxes from Amazon because I didn't know you were doing that, and I was all worried about having to pack up my office. But those totes were amazing.
They were great.
Because they're uniform in size, so they're easy to stack, easy to store.
Sturdy. They don't crumble. They don't fall in.
No, it was amazing.
They were. I bought them actually in Wichita. Some guy went to an auction and bought like 500 of them, and so I bought like a trailer full of them. What's funny is I called my brother and said, "Hey, I'm going to come get those rubber things." He's like, "Oh, they're completely full." So he rinsed them out.
Which is brilliant.
So instead of buying cardboard boxes, you can rent them for like 50 cents a month. So if I went and got all of them, packed all my stuff, unloaded it, he took them back to him, they just pay him the 50 cents.
Well, I think he needs to invest in some more.
Yes, I need
Like for real. I mean, I think
'Cause
that
they
is
were
like
great.
the coolest idea, and I think that's the best way to pre-pack.
I think I could stack them like 8 foot tall. Like I could.
I just know it made them. I mean, it really truly made them moving.
We used one for a step
so
stool
much.
today because they were so sturdy.
You did?
Yeah, got on top of the refrigerator, flipped it over, and
Okay, y'all, I can't say
It's
everybody
great.
should do that, but
I'm not
but
that
really,
smart.
okay, so they are fantastic.
They are.
So there's an idea for you to use like a Rubbermaid type tote,
yeah,
especially
and they're
for
not
pre-packing.
Rubbermaid. These are.
No, they're not. They were very,
They're
very,
very
sturdy.
sturdy. I can't think of the name of them.
I didn't know the brand.
Totes. They're totes. They're
Whenever you say tote, I hear bag.
plastic
So I've been afraid to say
shipping
that.
totes.
Yes.
Like O'Reilly's,
Large plastic storage
Napa,
containers.
they get all those. They get their big heavy parts and stuff. They ship them in
Really?
those. Yeah.
No kidding. Well, they are fantastic. So that's a really great tip.
Yep.
Okay, and then, so here's the thing, just a little bit of background. One of the things that we observe, so possession comes with closing and funding based off the contract that we use, that most of the
Right.
realtors use here in Woodward. And so your contract says that, as a seller, that you need to be out so that the minute that your buyer has funding and has signed all of their paperwork, they get to move in.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. That means most of us are buying and selling the same day. So most of us are signing all of our paperwork to sell, and we're signing all of our paperwork to buy within 5 minutes of one another. And then we're literally waiting and waiting and waiting for all of the funding process so that we have somewhere to put our stuff. Like we see U-Haul, so Woodward County Abstract, one of our sponsors, it's not uncommon for us to look out and see a U-Haul across the street parked at the library in the middle of closing.
Yep.
Like, it's a tough deal. It's stressful.
It's.
Say
there's
it
no
one more
way.
time. You forgot.
I forgot. There's just no way. I don't know how people do it in one day. Like I don't have a clue. Like I was prepared. I thought I was prepared. First of all, I think we have way too much stuff. 3 girls and a wife.
I live in, we talk about this all the time, my tiny house, 950 square feet. And I don't know, I do have a really good garage.
Yes.
What is, I don't know.
It's a 22 by 30 probably.
Okay, so you math that real quick. So that's a big garage. And I do have some extra stuff still stored in the garage. So, but I moved out of, I don't know, 2,000, a little bit less than 2,000 square feet, and a basement and a sunroom. And a 2-car garage. And I downsized a lot.
Yeah.
But you'll be like, yeah, you got a lot of crap in your garage. Do you need a storage shed?
Yeah.
I really don't. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't have that much stuff.
I need,
You're kind of mean about it.
I need another storage building. It's gonna have.
You can't take the one that I just put in my yard.
No, I have to
Okay,
have one.
so, but it's hard because we accumulate.
Right.
I heard another agent say one time we were looking at a house on our realtor tour, and there was a huge closet, a fantastic, like, owner's closet. And I said, wow, or I don't know if it was me, but so me, I say, wow, this is a great closet. Man, you never fill this thing up. And she goes, oh, you always fill up the space you have. And I went, oh my gosh, you're absolutely right.
Yep. It's Gary Whitcomb's space collects stuff.
Yes, they're absolutely right. So
Yep.
brilliant. Okay, so pre-pack, possession at closing and funding. Don't be surprised if you have to take your U-Haul to closing.
Yeah. There's room. Right. Just park at the library.
It's going to be fine. Just park at the library. All right, so another, don't forget to get your utilities turned on. It says in your contract that the utilities will stay on at the property until closing. That means you really need to be calling in advance to get your utilities put into your name, a
Yep.
transfer for the day of closing. So here's where it gets tricky. Like, you kind of had it easy because you were able to close on your new property.
Yep.
Most of our customers can't do that. I also cannot tell you the exact date and time of your closing until usually a few days before.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I know that that's heartache, and I know it's stress, and I know, like, we had one last week that really I kind of was feeling down to the wire. Like, we knew it was going to happen, but there were just a couple of things happening behind the scenes, and I thought, oh my gosh, if we don't close, this is going to be horrible because it displaces so many people. And so that's tricky because everything really goes down to a lender usually. It's usually not a cash buyer. and the lender really kind of determines that closing date. So you've got to be super flexible, which goes back to what? Pre-packing.
Pre-packing.
I hate to be that way, but man, it saves everyone. It's such a nightmare.
Yeah. My brother has these pods, and they're great, except they were completely full because I tried to rent one of them too. Like, I'll just rent a couple of them pods, put them in my front yard.
And I really feel like your brother let you down. He's taking care of everybody else.
Yes.
This makes me laugh. My family's like, yeah, Kindra, we know how you are.
And so, but they're great because they'll move them into your front yard and your driveway. You pack them all the way up. They'll come get it, take it to their warehouse. And then when you're done, when you move, then they go move it to your new house and you can unload it. They can unload it, whatever. So.
Okay, so your brother moved me one time. And he kind of got on to me a little bit. Like these cook guys, they always think they can call me out. So I had pre-packed a lot of my own stuff. And he came in and he's like, I could do that for you.
Yes.
What do you think are the advantages of having the mover pack you?
So,
I have had movers pack me before, and I know some ideas, but...
Yeah, so here's the deal. I've watched them pack, like today. There are some things that my wife was concerned about packing. You know what works really good for packing? Breakable things? Christmas wrapping paper.
Oh, really?
I was like, hey...
Seriously?
We ran out, and I was like, hey, there's like 4 boxes of wrapping paper, and just grab it and start using it. So it's going to be like Christmas at our house tomorrow. Karen has no idea. She'll be like, what is this?
So this isn't actually a tried and true moving tip. This is something you're trying this time.
Yes, it works, I think.
Oh, my goodness.
But the way he wrapped every piece and put it in the box, I'm like, throw a piece of tissue paper on top and stack it. Let's get going. But if I packed everything would be broken when we got there. And so he knew what he was doing. He wrapped it well, packed it. So that's one thing is collect your valuables. Now, that didn't prevent things from breaking always.
Because things happen.
Things happen. So, but the other thing is most of us, we go to United and Walmart and the liquor store and get all of our boxes. Some people get other things from the liquor store, but to help with the moving process after this. But the uniformity of the box. Is
that why you said I could have tomorrow off?
I thought he was helping me unpack.
Yeah, not for the unpack.
And so the uniformity of a box lets you stack them taller. So if you go buy 5 different size boxes, then your boxes they don't stack well.
It's tough. It's tough when they don't.
Man. Yes. And so we use
because that's typically what I do is I go around and find a whole bunch of different boxes and they don't all match up.
Our Georgia guys that came to town, he was like, man, I need to haul all these boxes off. I'm like, well, I'm moving next week. You mean just get rid of them for you? He's like, please.
Brilliant.
So I took all his boxes but they were all, and that's what I told my wife. I said, we're just going to go buy all uniform boxes. So I'll go to my brother and he sells boxes or something. Luckily, I didn't have to give him any of my money yet. But so I got all these. So yeah, uniformity. So when I stacked in the garage, man, I had them like 7 foot tall. Like we had a castle of boxes in there. It's
castle
awesome.
Of boxes. Was Cecily excited?
No, I didn't have any room. There's no room to play. But when we get done, maybe I'll build her a castle out of boxes.
Okay, so here's one of the things, the advantages of using... Really already?
It's 5:30.
Okay, really quick. An advantage of using a professional to do all of that.
Okay.
I couldn't believe the speed. So years ago, we moved with a professional mover from Laverne, Oklahoma to Buffalo, Wyoming. So, clear across the United States. And I was there the day I had just little tiny babies, and I was there with the movers, and they packed up my entire 1,700 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-living room, and a huge garage in less than 8 hours. They know what they're doing. We always say there's something about hiring a professional, but whenever it comes to moving, we tend to kind of pull back a little bit. There's something about using a professional.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, take a break, and then we're going to give you tips on helping find a professional.
Homeowners and business owners, do you want to know how to extend the life of your home or commercial building? Call APC LLC in Woodward. APC specializes in installing high-quality 5-inch and 6-inch seamless guttering and custom commercial guttering. Whether it's a small system or a large system, APC can help. Call APC LLC at 580-571-2384. That number again is 580-571-2384 for all your seamless gutter needs.
Our home is usually our largest investment, and we insure it against damage. One unseen destructive force not covered by most insurance policies is termites, which can infest a house for years before being detected. Termites cost U.S. homeowners an estimated $5 billion annually in treatment and repairs. Using the Centricon termite bait system, JCP Services can protect your home from the threat of a termite infestation. Call 580-334-5380. Again, 580-334-5380.
Stop in to Modern Appliance on Main Street today to see powerful Maytag brand kitchen appliances available in a finish inspired by cast iron. Cast iron black is a hard-working, matte finish that is as tough as it is timeless, so you can trust it to help resist scratches while helping hide fingerprints and minor dents and stand up to the everyday. Add an iconic look to your home with cast iron black kitchen appliances from Maytag brand. See it at Modern Appliance, 2102 Main, or online at modernappliancewoodward.com.
For 150 years, Sherwin-Williams has been an industry leader in the development of technologically advanced paint and coatings. As the nation's largest specialty retailer of paint and painting supplies, Sherwin-Williams is dedicated to supporting both your do-it-yourselfers and painting professionals with exceptional products, resources to make confident color selections, and expert personalized service that's focused on your unique project needs. Sherwin-Williams is your neighborhood paint store. Stop by and see them, 2101 Oklahoma Avenue, or call them 580-256-5861.
Hey, so we're back. This is Brian and Kindra Show. Talking about moving today, and so one of my buddies called. I have two. And so two friends. And so he said, what
generous.
He said, what are you up to? I haven't figured out who the other friend is yet. He said, what are you up to? And I said, moving. He goes, dude, I'm off all day. I could have called you. And I said, man, I have one friend. I don't want to run it. So, that's one thing I don't do. I despise moving, and when people call to help move, I'm just like, oh gosh, so I would never.
But you did. You had people come and help you out today.
I did. Yep.
Which is awesome. And so, as I'm saying all this about professionals, I mean, my brother has helped move me a number of times, and I don't know what I would do without him. So, so I'm not knocking family, and I'm not knocking our BFFs. But, so here's one of the things about if you're going to choose a professional mover. Here's the thing. I just know that it's quicker and easier with a professional, and I have found that it alleviates a lot of stress for our buyers and sellers. That's all I'm saying. But you're right. Like, nobody, I cannot tell you how much I owe my family. A lot of cookies. I know that. So, okay. Finding the right professional company. So we have somebody recently that moved to town from a different place, and they had shared a horror story that they had went through a moving broker, which honestly I didn't even know was a thing. Mm-hmm. The moving broker required an upfront deposit, sizable sum, and required it through a bank draft, and then they just fell off the face of the earth. So those poor people lost a sizable amount of money to a scam, really basically. And so I'm like, gosh, how would you avoid that in the future? So she said, simple things that we don't, that like you think, oh, I should have done that, but you're in the rush of trying to move and you forget. I'll always just go ahead and get references. So, find on Google and on Yelp, people don't mind saying ugly things anymore. Nope. So try to weed through the feedback and see what's going on. Make sure and don't pay with the bank draft. Use your credit card. Evidently your credit card can be fought if the service is not correct, but your bank draft, it's gone. Cash is gone. Like I paid your brother in cash the time that he moved to me, I think, and it's gone. Once you give it over, it's gone. You're not going to get it back. Right. So super important. Now, I think something you said a while ago made me think. So I have this really beautiful piece in my house that I am terrified to move. That's why I'm like all about the professional. Because whenever my brother moves it, I'm like, if it breaks, you can't get mad. If it breaks, you can't get mad. If it breaks, you can't get mad. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So whenever the movers came, I'm like, well, if it breaks, I can get mad. Just kidding, not really. But I felt like, well, they do this all day long. Right. It alleviated some stress for me in that. Mm-hmm. So anyway, what have you got? For real, all of a sudden you're calm.
I thought you were just going to keep blabbing.
Oh, wow.
Finish up the show.
That's it. I'm not going to work tomorrow.
So I'm in the middle of moving, so they're actually still unpacking like right now. So I had my gracious.
So this was really handy, wasn't it?
Handy. So I got to escape and come talk on the radio, and it's like true life experience. So, but they got there about 9:30 this morning, and so for 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, we moved into the trailer. We have a lot of stuff, and so what's crazy is I kept saying, just throw it on the trailer. We can make 2 trips. I was like, we can make 2 trips. We don't have to. But he packed it like a Lego thing in there, just crammed it all in there, and I finally said, hey, we have got to go unload some stuff, so we sleep. We'll just come back for this tomorrow night. So, we loaded his 40-foot trailer and ran out of room. So, again, I recommend getting a professional. It makes it a lot easier.
But if not, make sure you talk nice to your friends and family.
Yes. So, yeah, moving is very stressful. We will take the burden of the closing process and all that on and keep you moving sanely forward. And so, but
certainly do our best.
Yeah. So thanks for listening today. It's the Brian and Kindra Show. We'll talk to you next week.
Your new favorite, Classic Hits 107.3 KLSI Moreland Woodward. Tell a friend.